Welcome to Hotchkiss Flower Farm. Today we are starting some cut flower seeds for our local florists. At Hotchkiss Flower Farm, we really like to reduce the amount of plastic that we use, and so we use a method of seed starting called soil blocking. Now, soil blocking, we use a special tool to create little soil blocks where we start the seedlings in using this little mechanical machine here. We press compact soil inside these little squares and then release them into trays where the seedlings will then be started. Aside from eliminating the amount of plastic and waste we have on our farm, we are actually helping our seedlings become very strong plants by allowing them to grow by a method called air pruning. Now, air pruning allows the roots to reach the edge of the soil block and prune themselves off, creating a stronger stem, making a better cut flower. In translation, making a flower that has a better vase life. In order for the soil blocker to be successful, the soil has to be really quite moist and compacted. It's really important to label as you're going and as you're planting. This tray, we are calling it F3, and we just planted some carnation seeds, which are also known as Dianthus. So we planted those Dianthus in cells F3A and F3E, and each are different colors. Next, we are planting up some Lizianthus. Now, Lizianthus are some of the most beautiful flowers, but they take over 150 days to grow. So here in our northern climate, we have to start them very early. This is our second succession planting of Lizianthus for beautiful cut flowers this year. Lizianthus have really tiny little seeds, so we use pelleted seeds so they're easier to sow into cell blocks. Next, we're making the seedlings some tea. Yes, chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is what I use on our flower farm to prevent any harmful pathogens or algae growth on our cell blocks, which can cause damping off and seed starting failure. And chamomile is one of the most effective ways to keep your seedlings healthy and any of the bad pathogens at bay to have successful succession planting. Here I just made a really weak chamomile tea, and I'm just straining it into one of my sprayer bottles for my seed starting station. And it can be a little bit of a messy process. You do have to practice this a little bit sometimes to prevent yourself from getting a little bit too pour crazy. In most other seed starting facilities, what they would do instead of using chamomile tea is they use a peroxide solution in their water to prevent any type of pathogen growth or bad bacteria to take out their seedlings. I just use cheesecloth and chamomile tea. It's really important to make sure that the seedlings are very evenly hydrated. The soil blocks can dry out very quickly, but you don't want them to be over hydrated. And so having a very fine mister is really important here on the flower farm so that we do not disturb where the seeds are and we're keeping it very, very evenly hydrated. Now, carnations and Lizianthus, they like to have light to germinate. So we don't cover them with soil, but we do lightly cover them with vermiculite. And vermiculite helps keep the algae growth down and just helps hold in the moisture a little bit more evenly. Next, they go onto a heating mat and they get set with a humidity dome, and we keep them right around 70 degrees Celsius until they germinate, and then the humidity dome gets taken off and the temperature can be lowered. These plants will be ready in about 150 to 170 days, so make sure you check back with your local florist and see if you can get yourself some of these in your bouquet. The Hotchkiss Flower Farm is located in Hotchkiss, Alberta, which is north of Manning, Alberta, Canada, and we focus on providing fresh cut flowers to local florists in Northern Alberta. You can find our website at www.hotchkissflowerfarm.ca. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.